It's Wednesday, it's the 17th of December, 2025, and I told you 6 years ago they were going to shut down the world's economy for a global financial reset. That's exactly what's happening. We're living in real time. You're able to see it happening now in real time. The actual hard work was done 6 years ago. Now you're watching it play out. So you're all part of this movie that's playing out. The question is, what role are you playing? Or are you just watching? There's a lot of people involved right now in the movie. There's a lot of people that are playing their part in the movie. And there are a lot of distractions in the movie that are there to take your eyes away from what's actually happening. Stay focused on what's really happening in the world. Do not get distracted, because some of the pieces on the board are there on purpose to distract you. Don't be distracted. Morning, Paul. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Hello, everybody. Well, the news has never failed to let us know what's going on, Charlie, secretly. President Trump has signed a new executive order classifying fentanyl and its precursor chemicals as weapons of mass destruction. Speaking from the Oval Office, Trump said fentanyl is deadlier than bombs, calling it a national security threat flooding into the US. The order directs federal agencies to aggressively pursue traffickers, target their finances, and treat fentanyl networks like terrorist operations. Critics note the move doesn't change the existing law and may be largely symbolic, but the administration says it sends a clear message. Fentanyl trafficking will be treated as a threat to the nation.
Well, the one thing I know about Donald Trump is he's the first president I know of in the last 25 years who's taken a strong stance against drugs of all kinds. It's fairly common knowledge nowadays, allegedly, that the CIA have been involved in the drug trade, probably the biggest drug dealers in the world, allegedly. I don't know of a bigger one, so that's why I say allegedly. But Donald Trump knows the damage that drugs do to people and to countries. Previous administrations have allowed it to continue because people that are off their tits are very easy to control because they're in a spiral downwards. And governments don't mind that because they like to control people. But I know from my own past that drugs are a bad thing. I lost my oldest son who had issues with cocaine and other drugs. I've also participated, my audience know, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's very important because what it does, the one thing that with any form of drug is it fills a void in your life. And the reason you got a void is because you've got away from where you should be in life. We've got away from God. We've got away from spirituality. We've got away from what we were meant to be. And we've got lost. It's time to get back to where you are. Get away from drugs. Get away from alcohol. Alcohol is a spirit. And it doesn't help when you're trying to find out who you are. I know that from personal experience. So I'm talking to you from my own experience. And the amount of drugs that have come into the US and the UK and Europe over the past 20 years is crazy. Drew, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, everyone. And staying on the Trump train, President Trump launched a blistering attack on Colorado Governor Jared Polis, calling him weak and pathetic, and claiming he is controlled by the Venezuelan gang Tren de la Aragua, whilst accusing him of keeping Tina Peters jailed for exposing alleged 2020 election fraud. Trump says Peters was imprisoned for catching people cheating, insisting that evidence of widespread wrongdoing will continue to surface. Meanwhile, Peters' account shared a video of Joanne O'Savin portraying her as a rising force set to expose massive election fraud and trigger prosecutions.
Well, I had the privilege last night of speaking to Joanne O'Savin, and he's been on Tina Peters' case for some time. And it's a very, very difficult case because obviously she has been pardoned by Donald Trump. And then you've got this situation with Colorado, with the governor there, who has been blackmailed by this gang in Venezuela. Now, when you're caught doing something compromised by a gang of people and blackmailed, we're seeing this all be part of the exposure. None more so than Jeffrey Epstein. All of this, and P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him, this is all blackmail. And this has been going on for years. This is how these people are controlled. And the governor of Colorado is no different. He's completely controlled by a gang for whatever reason. We don't know the reasons at the moment. A lot of them are being exposed. But my heart goes out to Tina Peters. We pray for her. I'm in constant contact with 107. He and many others, Travis Evans, there are many others out there that are fighting her corner to get her released. And she deserves to be released. She will be released, but we need it sooner rather than later. Paul.
Well, let's change countries now. South Sudan has grounded 4 aircraft linked to the UN mission, accusing them of illegal surveillance and even smuggling natural resources. The government says 2 planes were fitted with advanced intelligence equipment and posed a national security threat. The UN strongly denies the claims, insisting the aircraft are used transparently to protect civilians and support peace efforts. Tensions over UN aviation aren't new in South Sudan, which remains fragile despite a 2018 peace deal.
Well, South Sudan is a very, very poor country with the lowest IQ of people in the world. It's a very, very easy target. But IQ is not what God measures you by. This is all done by man. These are just good people in a very, very difficult situation, and my heart goes out to them. There's a lot going on in the world right now, worldwide. We need to be aware, but as I said before, the light is exposing the darkness. The darkness has always been there. We've never seen it because it's been hidden. Now we're seeing it. True.
Next up, the suspiciously timed deaths of Rob Rayner, Anthony Geary, Peter Green, Rachel Carpani, Carl Carton, Joe Ely and TikTok star Tucker Genal, all clustering in early December just before the big December the 19th Epstein files drop, are obviously a massive Hollywood purge to bury the elite's secret child abuse pizza bashes on Little St. James, because nothing says coordinated hit like a mix of stabbings, chronic illness, surgery complications, strokes, dementia, and a totally unrelated suicide. Or, maybe it's just a heartbreaking stirring of tragedies hitting older celebs and one younger influencer amid the impending release of the actual investigative files. Stay vigilant, patriots, or the lizard people might blame it on bad luck.
Well, there's a little reminder here that we're watching a pantomime. All of this was dealt with 4 or 5 years ago, and the people involved, I'm not going to say any more than the fact, investigate Rommel deaths. These people cooperated and they're all being flushed out at the same time. Allegedly. My final story is a very interesting one, and this is one that you can do your research on. While everything was going on around the world, Russia has taken control of the Odessa corridor. What it's done is taken the power away from the EU and the UK, and they've been caught sleeping. It's a very, very clever move by Putin. When people are looking over here, he's dealt over there. But don't live in fear. This is all part of the pantomime. I keep telling you this. It's all been done. Everything is done. I can assure you, everything is done. Just because you can't see it right now, don't panic. It's all done. You're seeing the movie. You're seeing it play out. Have a wonderful day. And if you want to learn more about what's going on in the world, join us on the Insiders Club this evening. We've got Derek Johnson, who decodes everything. And he's a mind of brilliant information. Don't miss it. We'll see you this evening.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Noble Gold. Real assets. Real value.